In a peaceful village surrounded by green fields and tall trees, there lived a young boy named Zayan. He was curious, quiet, and always thinking deeply about life. Unlike other children who spent their time playing in the streets, Zayan loved observing people, animals, and nature. He often asked questions that even adults could not answer. One summer evening, a traveling circus arrived near the village. Colorful lights covered the tents, music echoed through the air, and crowds gathered with excitement. Children laughed loudly while vendors sold sweets and balloons. Zayan had never seen anything like it before. His father smiled and said, "Come, Zayan, tonight I will show you a different world." As they entered the circus, Zayan's eyes filled with wonder. He saw acrobats flying through the air, clowns making people laugh, and horses dancing to music. But among all those amazing things, one thing caught his attention more than anything else: the elephants. They were huge, powerful creatures with massive legs and strong bodies. Yet each elephant was tied by only a thin rope attached to a small wooden post in the ground. Zayan stared in disbelief. He slowly turned to his father and asked, "Baba, these elephants are so strong. Why don't they break the rope and run away?" His father smiled softly but did not answer immediately. Instead, he took Zayan to an old elephant trainer standing nearby. The trainer had kind eyes and years of experience written on his face. The old man bent down to Zayan's level and said gently, "When these elephants are very young, we tie them with the same rope. At that age, they are too weak to break it. They try many times to escape, but they fail again and again." The trainer paused for a moment before continuing. "Eventually, they stop trying. As they grow older and stronger, they still believe the rope can hold them. Their bodies become powerful, but their minds remain trapped." Zayan became silent. The elephants could escape any time, but they never tried because they believed they couldn't. That night, while the village slept peacefully, Zayan could not stop thinking about those words. Years passed. Zayan grew older and life slowly became difficult. In school, he failed an important exam. His classmates laughed at him and some teachers doubted his abilities. The failure hurt him deeply. "I'm not smart enough," he told himself. Because of that one failure, he stopped trying hard in school. Later, when he became a young man, he applied for a job in the city. He prepared for weeks and walked into the interview full of hope. But a few days later, he received a rejection letter. That disappointment broke his confidence even more. "What's the point of trying again?" he thought. Days turned into months. Zayan stopped believing in himself. He avoided opportunities because he feared failure. Whenever someone encouraged him, the voice inside his mind whispered, "You can't do it." Without realizing it, Zayan had become just like the elephant tied by the rope. The rope in his life was invisible, made of fear, doubt, and painful memories. One evening, feeling completely lost, Zayan walked alone to a quiet river outside the village. The sky was orange as the sun slowly disappeared behind the mountains. He sat near the water, thinking about his failures. As he sat there, something small caught his attention. A butterfly was struggling to come out of its cocoon on a nearby branch. Again and again, the butterfly tried to break free. It struggled, paused, then struggled even harder. At times, it seemed impossible. Zayan watched carefully. Part of him wanted to help the butterfly by tearing the cocoon open. But something stopped him. Minutes passed. The butterfly continued fighting with all its strength until finally, the cocoon broke. Slowly, the butterfly emerged with beautiful wings and flew gracefully into the evening sky. Zayan's eyes filled with tears. In that moment, he understood something powerful. The struggle was necessary. If the butterfly had given up, it would never fly. And if he kept surrendering to fear, he would never truly live. He looked at his reflection in the river and whispered softly, "The rope in my life is only in my mind." For the first time in years, Zayan felt hope. The next morning, he woke up early and decided to change his life. He began studying again. He applied for jobs again. He failed sometimes, but this time he refused to quit. Every failure became a lesson instead of a reason to stop. Slowly, his confidence returned. Months later, Zayan finally got a good job. He helped his family, inspired people around him, and became known as a man who never gave up. Whenever someone said, "I can't do it," Zayan would smile and tell them the story of the elephants and the rope. Because he had learned the greatest lesson of all: many people are not trapped by weakness. They are trapped by the belief that they are weak. Fear, doubt, and past failures are only invisible ropes. And sometimes all it takes to change your life is one moment of courage to break free.